As the original and trusted name in materials handling, Wood's Powr-Grip has always been driven to do better. Manufacturing products more efficiently and making them safer are essential to this commitment. You can see a perfect example of this with the evolution of our world-famous hand cups.
As you can see here, we've got different cups from different eras. This cup was manufactured in Wolf Point, Montana. It came in a metal case. This was manufactured after we added the valve guard, which would have been in the late 70s due to safety concerns. We also went and changed the valve guard. We went to a stainless steel valve guard that encompassed the whole valve. These aluminum ones were getting bent and were not sufficient. It's just safer to have the whole thing encompassed. A lot of glazers would bang on them, and so these were made useless. They would get bent out of the way. So we went to a stainless steel one. It's a lot stronger. It encompasses the whole valve, so you can't have an accidental release by bumping it with your knee. The rubber was made out of an SBR rubber, and it was fairly hard rubber. We switched over to a natural rubber probably in the mid 80s, so it attaches to more surfaces. Then we move on to today's cup. As with anything, in order to try and keep the price down and not continually raise our price for our customers, we're having to come up with new ideas. We have changed the pad. We went to a lip style pad and eliminated the labor required to felt. And the reason we had this felt in here is so that it was more flexible. This lipped pad actually attaches to more surfaces.
In the spirit of continuous improvement, we decided to not only make it attach better, work better, but we designed it to reduce our processing in-house. We're getting more product out the door in a shorter amount of time. All our rubber comes in raw strip form, comes on a pallet. We run it through this machine behind me. We call it our preformer. It mixes up the rubber and gets some of the air and gases out, and then chops it off at a certain size into what we call a preform. And then from here they take the preforms and put them in the molding press, and that's what squishes it into a pad and cures.
We also MIG welded the handles, which we got away from that in the 90s due to the fact that it took weeks to train someone to make these welds consistent, and we'd go through thousands of parts in training. So in the late 90s we went ahead and developed our own welder so we could do plug welds. The training for an operator went down considerably. We began stamping the handles with our logo on it because we have too many competitors out there that copy our product down to the T, which, I mean, they use the same color, they use everything to make it look identical, so we had to differentiate our cups from theirs. We also mold our logo into the pads so that it's easy to identify that they're ours and not the competitors. And so the latest changes, we've changed the powder coating to do a textured surface. Gives you a little better grip, and to help maintain costing, we've switched from a brass plunger to an aluminum plunger. The aluminum is easier to get. The brass was getting more difficult to find, and the lead times were outrageous. And that's where we're at today.
We've implemented a 5S system. We've kind of turned to the lean the last couple of years, identifying more that we can do to create a more efficient area, and 5S is kind of turning into 6S right now with adding the safety factor. Kaizen is basically an event where we're continuously improving, and it can be small, it can be large, whether it be new processes or a switch of a layout, relatively anything that deals with improvement in the area. I'm also the 5S trainer to help every single employee in the building go through 5S training so they can conduct and sustain our lean improvement systems.
By just having these events and letting them get involved, hands-on, sorting the tools, labeling stuff, putting it where they think it should be in their cells, it just gets them thinking about how they could continuously improve the process. And they come up with a lot of great ideas on their own after just being through some of the events.
It's always on their mind that they can always be better and having fun with it. Also, a clean and organized area, everybody's gonna be working better, faster, and there's not gonna be any frustrations around the shop, or as much.
Continuous improvement has resulted in many changes at Wood's Powr-Grip over the years. But there's one thing that will never change: the pride that goes into making the safest, highest quality products for materials handling on the market. That pride can be found in our hand cups and on every other product that bears the WPG logo.